just leave them here like this?
There's nothing we can do now. We must get the wounded out of here first.
Are we just supposed to bury them?
Adonai hu nachaloso v'yonua al miskovo.
What will happen to us now?
If you do not believe me, ask the
Return,
rabbi.
O Lord.
He will surely agree.
Look at
How
it,
long shalt
all
thou be
ablaze.
lost?
Return, O Lord. How long
Look
shalt
at it,
thou be
all
wrapped?
ablaze.
Have compassion for thy servant.
Es ist nicht wert kein Zwiebele.
Nicht wert kein Zwiebele? Bist du ernst?
Yom Iro, ani eileicho eftoch. Wenn ich hab gehad Meures, bin ich säumig auf Hashem.
Das hast du mir schon so oft gesagt. Aber es ist noch schwer von mir.
Wir können schmusen wegen das Eufen weg. Aber koidem gei, und se Emetzer darf noch helfen.
No gut.
Ich habe einige Sachen verstanden, aber ich habe keine Ahnung, was sie gesprochen haben.
We survived. For a while there, I thought we were gonna die.
Many have died, indeed. It is a hard trial to go through. So many lives lost, the shul in flames.
I'm so sorry. There was nothing more we could do.
You are right. It was too late. How happy I would be if we could get everyone out. But what is done is done.
What will you do now?
Now we must find help in some other community of believers. We will try our luck in Colin. Many of us have relatives there.
Do you think you'll be pursued?
Well, the mercenaries might follow us, but hopefully it will not come to that. Chas v'sholem. We will split up into smaller groups, so we don't attract much attention until we get farther away from the town. Besides, who would chase us when we have nothing? We left everything behind in the town.
So the agreement with the lords in Rabors no longer stands, eh?
What makes you think that? Do you not trust us?
No, I do. But you've lost everything. I don't think you'll be able to contribute to our army anymore.
It is true that the Gutenberg Kehille cannot pay for the army now, but others might, Be'ezras Hashem. Especially when they get word of what happened here.
God be with you, Rabbi.
Sei gesinnt, and please, watch over Samuel.
Rabbi, we cannot just leave them here, can we?
Who are you talking
If it was not for you,
about?
we would
About
not
our
have made
dead.
it.
We cannot just leave them lying around here.
Are you alright?
I'm fine, lad. I thank you for everything.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Mein Gott, boy, have you not helped us enough already? Now we have to manage on our own.
I know this might not be the best time, but... do you think we could talk about Martin?
Right now? Well, all right then. How is Martin actually?
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh, Tehenaf Shutsura Hayem.
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma and... well... they both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived.
Außer dich.
That would
Und
make
dein
Martin
Sohn.
happy.
I'm sorry I don't have better news to give you.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died before he could meet Samuel.
Is everything all right?
Yes, do not worry. We were just talking about Martin.
How did you meet Martin, if I may ask?
It was such a long time ago. He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among your people, so he tried his luck in our quarter.
And that's where he met you?
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop looking at me all night. Then it went Schlag auf Schlag.
So what happened that made Martin leave you?
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. To marry a goy is isur deoraisa, forbidden. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other, until one day, I was ubore.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if
Gucki.
word got out,
Aussicht
he would
aufs Ohr,
not be able
schlaf
to
gut,
avoid
träum
the
was
shame.
Schönes. Einen
So he
erfolgreichen
did not miss
Wochenstart.
a beat and
Und bis
took
morgen
me
für
out
deinen
of
Stream.
town in secret.
Mua.
I did not
Schlaf
even
gut.
have time to tell
Danke,
Martin
dass
the
du wieder da
news.
warst.
I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone that he had married me off. But my husband died. And he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
Did Martin not go looking for you when you suddenly disappeared?
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as Colin. But he did not find out anything at all.
If only he had gone all the way to Prague.
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough. Father would have hidden me somewhere else.
And what about you? Did you ever find another man after that?
No. My father called me a widow. So I stayed a widow.
And he didn't try to find anyone else for you?
You know he did, but it never worked out. I made sure of that.
And did you ever go looking for Martin?
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. Or they chose not to. That was probably my father's doing too. And I could not just leave and go looking for him around the world. I had to take care of Samuel. That was the most important thing.
All right. That's about it.
Before you go, tell me, what was Martin like as a father?
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. Especially in the forge, he worked me hard. I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said to me while we were forging a sword together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I keep my head on my neck.
He was absolutely right.
Well, look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother, even if not related by blood.
Well, I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka and the others. We need to figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen. I do not want anything to happen to them on the way.
Everything should be all right now.
Take care of yourself, dear brother. I will see you this time tomorrow at the Devil's Den.
Have a safe
Eben hat er
journey.
noch gesagt,
Sei gesund.
beinahe Bruder und jetzt geliebter Bruder. Okay.
This does not end here. Those spruce citizens.
Okay, ja, dann gehen wir mal hier die Quest ab. Schade, dass wir das denen nicht geben konnten.
My God, what happened to you?
I got a bit of a scratch somewhere. It's nothing.
Verbände müssen wir auch noch anlegen. Wo sind sie denn? Wo sind sie denn? Da sind sie ja. Und das können wir auch direkt machen.
Greetings.
I'm here.
Ex
Here they are.
where
In the wood. And they...
but you
What now?
I'll take care.
How?
Yes, and you
Thank you, bro.
and we till we meet again.
Ja, ja, schade, dass man da nicht mehr machen konnte. Okay, Vitalität, können wir nichts reinskillen. Hier haben wir alles auf 30. Hier sind wir fast 30. Kombos müssen wir noch ein paar lernen. Okay, wie sieht es dann hier auf der Karte aus? Sieht man hier irgendwo, ob wir nochmal eine Mini-Quest haben? Kann er hier nochmal hingehen?
Welcome. Have a look at... What would you like?
Show me your...
Thank you, sir. Come again.
Mhm.
Greetings. There. It looks better already.
Are you going to the market tomorrow?
Aye, aye.
Okay, kann man nicht machen. Aber wir haben ja hier noch ein Buch, was wir lesen können.
Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
Wie spät haben wir es jetzt? Okay, das sind die Köhler, ne? Und das irgendwo sieht? Wo war denn hier das Viertel von den... Müsste eigentlich irgendwo hier sein, ne?
Hey, you. You done something I should
Fine wares here.
I'm not doing anything.
Quality merchandise.
You're doing a great job keeping watch.
Gucken, ob es irgendwas Neues von Catherine
I'm
gibt.
sorry.
Wenn sie überhaupt noch hier ist. Da ist er.
Well?
Oh, instead of burying that fucking hag alive.
Well,
And how can you be...
I'm sure that...
Damn it, Henry.
Maybe...
But there
Nee,
is...
das hatten wir ja
only-
gestern
that's-
schon. Stimmt, da hatten wir ja dann neu geladen. Das heißt, da müsste ich jetzt auch noch mal zu der
Careful.
Dingens eigentlich hin, die Nachricht überbringen.
Keep close to others.
Stay close to the...
War das hier? Nee, ne?
That's nice.
Well,
Ehrlich gesagt, keine Ahnung mal, wo das Viertel war, wo wir gerade gekämpft haben.
Every time. Just look at him.
Hm.
Another day behind us, eh? All right, so
Sir Vaculin, you've had an exciting life. Tell me some stories.
Bien sûr. Your interest is gratifying and quite understandable.
Where does the name Brabant come from?
That is simple. My compatriots call me that because I am originally from Brabant province. And the name stuck. One day, I shall tell you about my place of birth, but I am sure you will long to hear about the conquest of Arezzo, yes? Or would you rather hear how I saved the King of France from certain death?
Arezzo sounds interesting.
And so it was. That is where I earned my knighthood from the great Enguerrand de Concy himself, the commander of our Naples campaign. Enguerrand arranged his forces for battle, and I was put in charge of one of the cavalry units. Out of nowhere, the enemy appeared on our unprotected flank, and Enguerrand set me to hold them back so our main force could regroup. But I saw a gap in the enemy's main phalanx. I sounded the charge and sped forwards.
Wasn't that rather risky?
Un chevalier français fears nothing.
I reckon King Sigismund would think otherwise after Constantinople.
That was completely different. Alors, I caught them by surprise. I hacked my way to their standard and broke through all the way to the enemy's reservoirs. My attack sowed confusions in the enemy's ranks that encouraged the overlords who raced to join me, scattering everything in their path. And that is how we won the famous victory at Arezzo. Seeing that the force that was supposed to protect them had been routed. The city then surrendered to us. No doubt you had no inkling at Maleshov what a knight you had the honor to meet. And of course my feats on the field of battle do not end there.
A bold maneuver.
Quite right. Courage is my middle name. Just as Monsieur Chapon says, Audantes Fortuna Juva. That day I was the bravest of them all and won the day.
So you disobeyed your commander and left your flank exposed? Your attack could have ended in a total fiasco. You were lucky the others came to your assistance and your entire force didn't collapse.
I hear thee speaking, but you are still wet behind the ears. So, I can forgive you. In short, I saw an opportunity and took it. Moments like that can decide entire wars.
What did your commander have to say?
He made me a knight and sent me to the royal court to inform the sovereign of our triumph.
I reckon he wanted to get you out of his hair.
Do not talk no sense.
What other feats have you performed in battle?
Oh, many, mon ami. For one battle does not make a warrior. It would take a week to recount them all, so I will just tell you about my second greatest feat. On the Italian field, we faced John Hawkwood, a ruthless Englishman and a fearsome warrior. Surrounded, we were at his mercy.
In Italien.
Night fell, and we knew he would attack at dawn, and that would be it. But just then, Providence put an idea in my mind.
Well, don't keep me on tenterhooks. Go on.
And observed, I mounted my horse and set off to find help. And, La Dame Chance was exceedingly kind to me that day. As I rode away, by chance, I stepped off of our horses. Thinking we were trying to break through, les Anglais went to head them off. But while the English were occupied with my Marseille, our units managed to flee. I saved many men from certain death that night, and many lords from the disgrace of capture. Needless to say, I was general.
Eben sagt er noch, dass er Glück hatte, dass durch seine Flucht die ganzen anderen Pferde verscheucht worden sind. Und jetzt sagt er davon auf einmal, dass es ein hervorragender Plan war? Hä?
Rewarded for my valor.
That is indeed incredible. But you were just trying to flee, weren't you?
I wanted to bring reinforcements, but as I say, I merely follow Providence, and she guides my steps, from triumph to triumph, wherever I go. Stick close to me, Henri, and Providence will favor you too.
How did you save the King of France?
With Providence as my guide, mon ami, I came to the court from the field of battle to bring news of our victory, because, and remember this, the bearer of good news is always rewarded and cherished. But the king was in a bad mood and did not wish to be disturbed. Maybe I thought the news of our victory will dispel his ill humor.
How could you tell him if he didn't want to be disturbed?
Ha! I climbed up to his balcony and into his chambers to surprise him with the joyful tidings. And lo and behold, the king was writhing and gasping on the floor, overcome by one of his fits. Wasting not a moment, I dashed over to him and unblocked his throat, thus saving his life. In return, the king bestowed on me the title of Fée Chanson, or cupbearer, and other generous gifts. And I then spent a while in his service at court. Unfortunately, though, even the king's favor does not last forever, and minor mistakes can come to overshadow good deeds.
What happened at court that led to you being out of favor?
Well, perhaps I shall tell you some other time. Would you not rather hear about the glorious duel between Le Gris and Carouge?
Tell me what happened at court that caused you to lose favor.
Ah, a major setback and a gross injustice, mon ami. It is an unhappy memory, because it was the first time that La Dame Chance abandoned me.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. We can all learn from our failures. And I bet even your failures make for great stories.
Oui, that is certainly true. Very well, then. I suffered a combination of misfortunes all at once. But bad luck in business and on a hunt were the worst of all.
What?
What was the hunting incident?
We were out in the royal hunting grounds when I caught sight of a white stag. There had long been rumors about it, so imagine the prestige I would have gained by getting it. I set off after it, pierced its flank with arrows, and unleashed the hounds to finish it off. When I arrived, it turned out that my aunt had not killed a stag, but the horse of a lady, a court favorite of the queen's. I fell out of her favor, and all the doors became closed to me.
Christ almighty! How could you have mistaken a horse for a stag?
I did not. It was the hounds. The stag must have got away, and in their frenzy they pounced on the poor horse.
That's nonsense.
Oh, why do you say so?
Hunting dogs are trained to go after game. They'd never attack a horse, especially hounds from the royal kennels. You must have made the mistake and set them on the horse.
Well, normally that would be true, of course, but the ounce I was given had some kind of sickness that addled their wits. I do not remember exactly. No doubt they gave me those wants of purpose. A misfortune like that, which could indeed happen to anyone, would make lesser men roll with laughter. But the other lords were afraid I would outshine them, so they were waiting for a chance to get rid of me. And that chance came along, unfortunately.
Was ein Quacksalber.
You were in business?
Of course. I come from Brabant Province, home to the greatest entrepreneur of all. My birthplace gave me an unrivaled nose for corn and the reputation of a financial expert. I was nicknamed the Seer of Louvain, and also the End of Midas. That is, until I persuaded an important nobleman to invest a large sum in maritime trade with Africa. All the ships he bought sank in a tempest. He had to sell off part of his estates to pay off his creditors. Of course, he wrongly blamed me for everything and turned many influential courtiers against me. But my advice was sound. He was simply punished by God for fornicating with every
Was
wench
ist,
from
wenn
the
ein
Pyrenees to
Spion
Brittany,
ist
bragging
für,
about it and
den
thus
Van
bringing
Bergo?
shame on his gentle wife. I told him
Weil er
as
erzählt
much,
so viel,
but some
nichts
people never
stimmt.
admit their mistakes and
Und bei
prefer
jedem
to
Event
blame
bisher
others.
war er nicht dabei.
A sea voyage from France to Africa? You must have known that was a massive risk.
A risk, perhaps. But think of the fortune to be made. A man must think big if he wants to achieve greatness, no?
Big ideas often lead to big trouble. Storms, pirates, sea monsters, uncharted waters. It was a disaster waiting to happen, Baron. You should have tried the Baltic trade route.
You are right. That would have been safer. But that is under Hanseatic control and there is too much competition. Africa, mon ami, that is the land of opportunity. The Arabs sell to the Portuguese via Ceuta and they sell on to us. Just imagine selling further and trading directly with African kings. Cutting out all of those middlemen. Remember this, because one day I will be proven right